Welcome back to the Mawang Voice. In our last episode, we spent time reflecting on silence, the wisdom of knowing when not to speak, the discipline of holding back words that do not need to be said. Silence, we said, is not weakness, often it is clarity. But silence alone is not the destination. Eventually, life asks something more from us. Because even when we learn when to speak and when to stay silent, one question still remains. Do we live what we say? And that is where today's conversation begins. Today, we talk about action, or more precisely, integrity. The space between what we say and how we actually live. Here is something we all recognize. Many people enjoy ideas, but very few people enjoy responsibility. It is easy to talk about goodness. Practicing it is harder. It is easy to defend truth. Living truth is far more demanding. It is easy to advise other people on how they should live. Disciplining ourselves, that is another matter entirely. Because words cost very little, but consistency costs everything. I dare say there is a quiet danger that comes with always speaking about values. After a while, you can start to feel moral without actually becoming moral. You can sound wise without really becoming wise. It is even possible to persuade others with your words while quietly avoiding the other work of changing yourself. And slowly, almost without noticing, a gap begins to form. A gap between identity and behavior. A gap between belief and practice. Integrity is simply the work of closing that gap. You know, most of us are very quick to notice hypocrisy in other people. We see it in leaders. We see it in institutions. We see it in public life. But the difficult work is noticing it in ourselves. Because from the inside, hypocrisy rarely feels like hypocrisy. It feels like explanation. It feels like justification. We say we care about truth, but we exaggerate when it is convenient. We say we value respect, but we insult people when anger takes over. We say faith matters deeply to us, but when decisions arrive, faith quietly disappears. Integrity begins the moment excuses stop. And faith in the end is not proven by how strongly we agree with the right ideas. It is proven by how we live. Not by how passionately we speak about love, but how patiently we treat the people around us. Faith is not proven by how forcefully we condemn what is wrong, but by how consistently we choose what is right. Belief becomes visible through repetition. There are small actions that matter more than dramatic declarations. Grand promises may impress people for a moment, but daily discipline changes lives. The person who quietly keeps commitments builds trust over time. On the other hand, the person who constantly announces intentions eventually loses credibility. Consistency is what people believe. Consistency is credibility. And this is not just personal. It shapes society as well. Communities begin to weaken when words replace action. Trust collapses when promises replace responsibility. People are not looking for perfect leaders. What they need are reliable ones. And reliability is simply moral seriousness practiced every day. So why is this difficult? It is difficult because action removes the comfort of imagination. As long as goodness lives only in speech, it stays flexible. It stays theoretical. But the moment it becomes action, it becomes measurable. Action therefore reveals sincerity. It shows whether our convictions actually guide our lives or whether they simply decorate our language. Integrity does not begin in public. It begins in private. The choices nobody sees slowly form the character everyone eventually notices. How you speak when nobody reacts. How you act when nobody praises you. How you decide when nobody is watching. That is where identity is shaped. So this is the invitation of today's episode. Let your actions become your strongest argument. Not louder words, not sharper opinions, but a clearer life. Because eventually, people stop listening to statements. They start watching patterns. And patterns are what they trust. So today, choose just one thing you say you value, and then practice it deliberately. If honesty matters to you, tell the difficult truth, but do it gently. If kindness matters to you, show it when it is inconvenient. If it is faith that matters to you, allow it to guide a real decision. There is no need to announce it. Just live it.